Hello, collective. Welcome into the channel. I hope you are doing well. So, thank you very much to the new subscribers. I appreciate you sharing your energy with me and allowing me to share my energy with you. It is an exchange. So anyway, I appreciate that. So what I want to do is I want to do a no contact reading. I'm getting this just empty stomach feeling for somebody, longing to speak with somebody, even though there is no contact. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll pull some cards. And I'm just going to freestyle it a little bit and see where it goes, see what we can find out. By the way, this white sage from California, oh my God, it has to be the best smelling sage ever. Side note, just wanted to bring that up. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and light the sage. I feel like it might be heavy. I'm feeling a heavy loneliness for somebody. So hopefully this no contact reading, what we can get, will help. Maybe get some clarity. Okay. All right. So go ahead and take a deep breath. Relax. Chill out on your bed. Take a couple deep breaths in and let's see where we go. I do want to sage the decks. I'm going to use the Yin Yang Oracle at some point. It has been a while since I've used this particular deck. However, this is masculine and feminine energy. So it's, partially has some tarot cards in there that resemble the tarot deck, but they are oracles. I've also pulled the shadow deck, and I believe this is the deck I'm going to start with. So I will pull a card for you, and I will pull a card for your person. And then, of course, I'll do tarot. And then we'll go from there. And if you are feeling a little lonely and your stomach's feeling deep and hollow, you're not alone, okay? We are here with you. I'm here with you. And so we're going to talk about it. What's going on for the collective? Spirits, angels, ancestor guides. Tell us about the no contact for the collective and their person. One card for the collective, please. No contact. One card for the collective's person, please. One card for the... Interesting. I had to take a double take because of the backs of the cards. I was like, am I seeing the backs of the cards? Because it's literally two faces, both with flowers around them. So it's almost like a twin energy between the two of you, right? Even though the flowers are different on these cards. It just gives me a mirrored effect. How about that? So more of a mirrored effect. So I'm feeling that even though there's no contact, and I feel the person I'm reading for, you would like to have the contact, I almost get this feeling your person does as well, even though that's not something that you're aware of. So just a side note. So your energy, okay, for the shadow side. So we have the unseen truth. Look beyond illusions. Sometimes the greatest wisdom is hidden in the discomfort. So there's discomfort, right? When there's no contact and you want to have contact, you're feeling anxious, a little worried. Should I reach out? Should I not reach out? What if I don't speak to this person again? What's going to happen? So there's an illusion here that you're giving yourself. We're definitely going to clarify. Yeah, what's interesting is too, in this card, remember I said the flowers were arranged differently compared to your person. So you have a flower that's covering one of your eyes. And then this one is down by the cheek. So it's close to the eye, but it's not covering it, not yet. So when you have one eye, you're not seeing the whole picture. Okay, there's an illusion that you probably need to work through. So we're going to do some clarifications and find out. So your person, they have the inner light. Even in the depths of shadow, your soul remains illuminated. Never lose sight of it. So your person, they have a light about them. So they're still illuminating light and energy out to you. So there's still a contact, there's still a pull, there's still a reach. And you feel that. That's why I'm doing this reading. You're feeling your person's energy. Like I said, you two were giving a mirrored effect. And so you're feeling them light and shine their lightness towards you. It's almost like this your person is energetically reaching out to you. I'm not really understanding why neither one of you are breaking the no contact, but I will say the thoughts and the energy is very much aimed at each other, and you are not realizing it. So let's go. Let's go over to you. Let's do the yin yang oracle. Tell me more about the illusion for the collective. Tell me more about the illusion. So there's the Ace of Air. Communication card. You're needing clarity, okay? Give me more, please. Self-worth. You put up some boundaries, didn't you? So you must have, at one point, you didn't have a lot of self-worth. You may have been putting all of your energy into your person. And so when you give your energy away, and you'll hear people say, don't give your power away. So energy is much like power. Your energy is your power. So you may have given too much of your energy and lost a piece of you. Because in this card, it's interesting with the Ace of Air. And there's no gender really in tarot. So even though there's a feminine on here, I could be talking to a masculine. It could be the masculine, you, the collective that I'm talking about first. It doesn't have to be feminine. That's why I say take it as it resonates, swap energy, It could be a masculine, it could be a feminine, your person. You place those parties where it fits. Listen to the messages that I'm giving, the stories that I'm incorporating. So listen to that and see, oh, that resonates with me, or no, oh, that's my person. And then you can, as you listen to it, you'll be able to place people where they belong. Just wanted to point that out, okay? So her hair, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it's not, it almost looks like cut pieces of paper, but the pieces is what I want to focus on. So it's, her hair, that's the face, and there's her hair. And it's kind of like, it's like in pieces, little sections, little square sections. And it can just easily break off. And pieces of you were just breaking off and breaking away. And you lost your self-worth. And you had to put up boundaries, okay? But even though you put these boundaries up, it wasn't you putting up a wall to tell this person, I don't want you anymore, or I don't want you in my life. You had to have these boundaries up because you needed to make sure you were not losing who you were. So if you lose who you are, you're never going to be in a relationship correctly. You have to have all these pieces put back together to be able to show up as a whole person. So this break was probably for you to learn some self-worth. Give me more. Did I just say that? Yeah, there was a separation between you two. And you probably needed to. However, there is very much a longing because you love this person. It's not that you really wanted to be separated, but it had to be done in order for you to be able to come back in correctly. So let's find out more about your person then. Tell me about the collective's person, the inner light. Tell me more about this for the collective's person, please. We have yin energy, which is feminine. And we have release, the purge. Very much the Eight of Cups. So the feminine energy here is very much, in this deck, the Empress. So I feel your person had to work on their feminine energy. So whether they're masculine or feminine, you take it as it resonates. But let's just say there's a lot of masculines that do not understand the feminine and masculine energy, and we have both. So I have a little bit more masculine in me. And so as you can see, I'm very feminine, but I have a lot of masculine energy in me. So, sometimes, I could be reading, if somebody was to read on me, there could be a lot of masculine cards that come out. And that's because I do have a lot of masculine energy, such as like air energy, which is swords. I have every air element there is, and I have quite a bit of it. I also have quite a bit of water. So water is feminine. Swords, air energy is masculine. And so I have a lot of air. I do have water. I have a little bit of earth. But mostly air, water, and fire. So it's like they needed to know that they could come into their feminine energy, and they need to be able to speak their feelings. So they may not have been one to speak about their feelings. They may have felt uncomfortable. Women are like that as well. I was like that for a time, and I'm probably still a little bit like that. I'm a lot better because I am on this journey just like you or anybody else. But I am getting better about it. I am, but that's your feminine energy. It's the intuition. It's the, creativeness and the nurturing. It's the nurturing side. And it can make people feel insecure, almost make them feel like they're being too vulnerable. Give me one more. And also I'm hearing, because you had to put these boundaries up, it's also shut this person down a little bit with their emotions. They don't feel comfortable opening up when you had to put boundaries up. Give me one more on this, please. Okay, it looks like two more. So we have Ace of Fire. Ooh, passion. Yeah. We have Ace of Earth. Oh, yeah. So your person, because, like I said, you felt their energy, and I said that there was very much a mirrored effect here. They're pulling on your energy, and in a way it's trying to manifest, your passion, okay? And that might be what made the connection so strong, is a very strong, passionate connection. And they're holding their light out, wanting to have a release, an emotional release. But I feel like they do it through their passion. So it's not so much the words, it's more the physical act. And this is what they're manifesting. That's why you feel, they're putting that beam of light out towards you, and you're picking up on it, even though the both of you are not talking. So what's the energy between these two? The overall energy between these two, please. Yeah, the separation seems to be very tough on the both of you, but in very different ways. South Node. So your South Node, if you're not familiar with that, your South Node is your past life. That is the sign in the person you were prior to this lifetime. So whoever, say if, for instance, I'm just going to throw a sign out there just to give you an idea. Say if you were a Scorpio in a past life. So you'd be very comfortable in taboo, the dark things, the hard truths, detective work, the jealousy, possessiveness, which I think I've already said, but very passionate, very loyal, very loving. That's the energy you would be very much comfortable in. And so in this lifetime, you've got that down. It's all mastered. That sign is mastered. And you both are still stuck in your comfort zones. Where you know what? Let's dig. Now we're going to take it a different route. What? Very much clinging to old ways. So let's get a little more. Tell me about the collectives. South Node, comfort zone. The fear. Tell me about the collectives. Oh, we got the Magician in the reverse. The Sun in reverse. Two majors. Wow. So this is a time where you're actually supposed to be getting out of your South Node during this separation with your person, because of these two majors of me asking what this South Node is. Because when you, in tarot, when you pull out the major arcana, these are major life changes. So this is a big deal for you, a big switch you've got to flip, right? You got to go from, off to on, right? Off is I'm sleeping, I'm comfortable. On is the lights on, you're going to get up, you're going to start moving, right? That's kind of the major change that you need to make. So we've got Gemini, Virgo energy, and we have Leo. So it's very much so it's a lot like inner child wounds that you're dealing with. Worried about somebody being deceptive, viewing everything negatively. It's almost like I feel like you have a habit of thinking the worst. That's what I'm looking for. You've always had a habit of thinking the worst. I don't want to say in every situation, but I want to say definitely when it comes to love. So as a child, you may have been abandoned by, a family member, a loved one, somebody close to you may have passed away. Somebody in your life had left in some shape or form. And that is very, very uncomfortable for you because you're not able to see that person. You're not able to talk to that person. And your inner child is always thinking, they're going to leave me. And if they do, it's really going to hurt. So I'm going to put these boundaries up. I'm going to put them up now. So yeah, I'm going to be uncomfortable, but I don't think I'll be as uncomfortable as if they were to actually leave me. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my wall up. I'm going to put my boundaries up and I'm going to block this person before they do that to me. But you're still longing for this person. What is the collective's person's fears? What is this they're clinging to, the old ways? What is the collective's fear? Collective's person's fear. Too many. We've got the Hermit and the Three of Swords. Wow. Virgo energy. Some Libra energy. So this separation is forcing them to reflect. They're getting enlightenment on more about themselves because of the separation. They're realizing that not being in your presence is very painful for them. For them to be manifesting, okay, their passion in this manifestation is really strong. But what they need to do is they have to be able to open up and speak the words. I think you need to hear it. I know that they've showed you physically, but if you're not together or if you're not seeing each other enough, not hearing it, right? Because it can't just be passion. I know that is a love language, but if you're in a solid relationship that's healthy where you don't have to put boundaries up, your person is able to come through the door and tell you, hey, I missed you today, or I love you, is very comforting. Of course, I think they're needing to learn your language a little bit, right? They know their language, but they're not understanding yours. So they're getting enlightenment during this separation. Give me one more. Oh, Pentacles. Yeah, this person's really in need of your energy, being around you. They're lost. Very, very much lost. And it's a struggle. The separation is very much a struggle. It's a struggle for the both of you. But if you had to separate, if you're both still stuck in your South Node, then you can't come together and grow as a couple. There's nothing wrong with the aspects of your South Node because it's what you're good at. But in order to grow, you have to get uncomfortable. So the both of you have to learn to be uncomfortable so that way you can, let go and break the no contact. So let's I want to do let's go here to the Message of Love Oracle. What do we have here for the collective? Yeah, regret. Yeah, regret, wishing that, there wasn't any separation. It didn't have to get to this. But, it's to help you each grow. As long as you both learn to do what you need to do, then you can come together. Anything else? And then I think I'm going to find out when this contact, there's nothing else there. Okay. I want to find out when this contact will end. No, I don't want to use that. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me pause you and grab my other deck. All right, I'm back. Thanks for the quick break. So this is just a few cards, but this is yes, no cards, and it is also timing, I believe. Yes, and timing. So what we'll basically be asking is, if it's yes, no, will it end? Will the no contact end? And we'll see if a card comes out saying If it's yes, then when? So we'll see what comes out. Will this no contact end? Or if so, when? Yes. The answer is yes. The situation or event right now is on track and on time. And there's a rainbow. So it's like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So this is definitely going to, it's on track. So if you're still at a point of doing what you need to do and healing, keep doing it. Keep learning. And maybe since you were the one that did the boundaries, if you're ready, start bringing a little bit of the wall down to be able to open up the communication if you feel comfortable. I'm not saying you two come together right away, but if you want to start the communication, if you feel you're ready to just chat a little bit, doesn't even have to be every day. It's just a little bit, a start. If you're feeling comfortable and you're ready, go ahead, right? Because you have to get through the illusion of the fact of this person abandoning you, right? You have to give them a chance. Love is risky, and there's no guarantees in life. But if you found somebody that you have a true connection with, don't let that go. Give it a chance. Because do you know how hard it is for people to find somebody that they can energetically connect with like that? It's not easy. So give it a chance. Collective, I hope this was helpful. This was just a little different reading. It was just a feeling I had. So I just wanted to jump on, go with the feeling. If it resonates, drop a comment, let me know. Hit the like button, hit the hype button. I'm still trying to grow the channel. Much love and light. I will talk to you soon.